This is the third birthday now that I have lived with my biggest nightmare come true. And every birthday that passes, I think, will this birthday, will I still be in this nightmare? Or will I have found a way out? I remember the first birthday I had after the sudden onset of excruciating, never-ending, non-stop pain came upon my head and didn't go away for a minute or a second or a day or a month. And 10 months in, I had my birthday. And I remember being with my husband, having a buffet lunch, and I could just feel this stabbing through my head the whole time, pain through my face the whole time, and terror, this feeling of constant terror, like you're living in, like you're claustrophobic in your own body. And now this is birthday number three. A lot has changed since then. I've had surgeries, I've reduced some pain and symptoms a lot, but I've also accumulated many more. So yeah, definitely not out of the woods. But I think what's different now is I definitely have learned to embrace and just value the good things. And this morning my children woke up so early to give me presents, and I was so tired. I said, no, I'm sleeping. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning, but for the next 2 hours I was like snoozing because they were sitting in my bed talking to each other. But it melts my heart. Those are the true joys in life, and I just hope that one day I can get to a point where my pain is manageable enough that I can just engage in a way that I'm not so limited that I just miss out on everything, Yeah, it's moments like these, birthdays, where it's a bit of a reflection day. I remember how it all started. I had about a 7-month-old baby and a 3-year-old, and no ER would admit me or let me see a neurologist. I went to so many in the first few weeks. Non-stop 24/7 pain, stabbing, aching, felt like I had little knives stuck in my head. Zapping, tingling, oh my gosh, you name it, and it was terrorizing, truly. And unfortunately, I was not seen by anyone, and I was given there was no sense of urgency, no sense of need to truly acknowledge the person standing in front of them at the hospital and see a person suffering, but instead rather take this like a generalized policy, hospital policy. I'm not dying, I'm not having a stroke, I'm not having a brain bleed. They wouldn't call the neurologist. And it's a very inhumane way to triage and to not be able to just use your discretion as a doctor and look into your patient's eyes and see the suffering and the torment and get them some help. 5 months is how long it took until I finally got to see a neurologist, who was, oh my gosh, he set the bar real low. I had a list of questions that I'd written down over 5 months that I wanted to know the answer to, and before I even got to asking questions, he did a little like exam, you know, check my reflexes. And before I even got to ask him a question, he stood up out of his chair as if to indicate, you know, I may leave the room now. And I had to awkwardly say, I've got some questions. It was like, I'm like, if that's okay with you. And he sat down and I asked him some questions, and you know, there was no intent there to dig deeper, to investigate, to really do anything. It was kind of like, oh, sounds a bit migraine-y. I hope, I pray, and I dream that the next one will be different.